bee or not a bee? That is the question. My name is Justin. I am a naturalist here at Stark Parks, and today we are here to find the answers. There are a lot of yellow stripy things buzzing around the parks here, but not all of them are bees. Fun fact though, there are over 400 species of bees in Ohio. First off, we have the honeybee. Honeybees are usually golden brown with black stripes, not native here to the United States actually, but they are still important pollinators. They usually live in colonies out in the woods, maybe in a hollow tree, or we have man-made hives like you can see behind me. Their main job is to visit flowers for nectar and pollen, and they mainly just sting to protect their hives. They're pretty docile if you just leave them alone. Next up, we have the bumblebee. So bumblebees are round and fuzzy, they're black and yellow bands usually, and we like to call them gentle giants. They normally nest in small colonies underground. They are visiting flowers for nectar and pollen, the same thing as honeybees. So these gals rarely sting. If you see them on a flower, you could even come pretty close to them. They really won't bother you as long as you're not bothering them. Next we have our solitary bees. Now our solitary bees are actually really underappreciated. They are super pollinators and they actually pollinate better than our non-native honeybees. They're called solitary bees because they are not social and they actually mostly live on their own, and they mostly nest in holes or old stems. Some common solitary bees that you might see around are your common, your large carpenter bees, and they are the ones who will drill holes into maybe your deck or patio that you've seen. Mason bees, those are bees that are going to use mud to line their nests up, hence the name mason. Our mining bees, which will dig holes in ground for nests. Now let's talk about wasps. Wasps, you can usually tell they have smooth, shiny bodies, and they have what we call a wasp waist. They are not that great of pollinators, but they are good pest control, so they are still important. You can tell by the nests they make, they're usually made out of paper, so they can sting multiple times. So we want to try to keep our distance, but let's talk about some of the ones you'll commonly see. So first we have your yellow jackets. Yellow jackets are probably one of the most common wasps you're going to encounter. They have shiny, bright yellow and black stripes on them. They're normally nesting in the ground. You might have encountered some of these when you're mowing your lawn. So again, they can sting multiple times. Next we have our paper wasps. They're usually up in the eaves of maybe your house. You'll see they're usually open-celled. These ones, usually if you just leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. And then the last wasp I want to talk about, which is our bald-faced hornet. If you've ever looked up in trees and seen like a big brown bag almost sort of thing, that is going to be your bald-faced hornet nest. Again, we're going to keep our distance and not really try to poke that. Then we have our honorable mention, our bee mimics, aka our wannabes. We're talking about mainly our hoverflies. Hoverflies are known for just hovering around flowers. For ways to help these fuzzy gals out, there's a few things that you can actually do. One, you could plant native plants. You could build a bee box for all those solitary bees that we mentioned. Or you could come to one of our lovely upcoming bee programs at Stark Parks. Or just let them be.